You were coaching defense last year, obviously, but what was your take on why Leonard didn't have a good night there last year? And
Again, that's the past. I wasn't there, as far as in the meetings and stuff. I don't know what happened. I know we played against a very good football team. We couldn't run the ball, and they ran the ball on us. And that's where they usually get you. We're going to have to be physical on both sides of the football. This is a big man's game. Well, hopefully we can do some things that not a lot of people in the box, and hopefully we can spread it out a little bit. Continue to do the things we do and do them well. And I'm sure Steve and Coach Grimes and those guys are going to have a tremendous game plan. We have to go in there, we have to go toe-to-toe at them sometimes and do the things that we need to do. We're going to need to be smart on offense, have a good mix of a run and pass, multiple formations like we've been doing. No, I think the guys were in a good mindset today. We just got off an emotional win, and we could use this week. This week is going to be a good week to forget about the last game we played, not get too fired up. You can't win the game on Tuesday and Wednesday. We got to have a workmanlike attitude. I'm sure come November 5th on Saturday, we'll be ready to go.
Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar. I'm Tommy Kryson along with Jordy Hultberg. Open date week, but we're still here. Last show of October. Jordy, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. October brings the World Series to us. Indians win on Tuesday night. Wednesday night, dodging raindrops and going on now.
It's the greatest time of the year because you have college football is really getting exciting. You got the NFL, the start of the NBA season, and the World Series all interlocking at one time. It's terrific.
Yeah, sports fans, you can do it. That's why you got smartphones and remote controls and all that good stuff.
More than one television.
Open date for LSU this week. Obviously, we all know it. We all know on Saturday night, November 5, Alabama comes a-calling. Bama's ranked 1. LSU is ranked 19 in both polls. Bama's ranking's not going to change. LSU might go up a notch or two if some people above them would happen to tumble. But, Jordy, let's back it up to last Saturday night, in particular in the second half. Domination of a decent Ole Miss Rebel team, a team that scored a lot of points on some pretty good folks. But LSU, in 3 games in the season of Orgeron, 73-7 in the second half. They're outscoring people. Your thoughts on that Ole Miss game?
That tells me Dave Aranda is very good at adjustments and relaying that to his team. That's the first thing. It's just a whole different feel. It's a whole different. We've talked about this. Ed Orgeron's pushing all the right buttons. Everything is falling into place. By far their best game against their best opponent to date. The crowd was electric. The weather was perfect. And again, not the greatest start, but they caught themselves. And 21-21 tie at the half, and then second half, boom, boom, boom. See you later.
It was kind of like...
And that number 7 was pretty good.
Leonard Fournette.
It was pretty good.
School record, 284 yards
Out of shape. Not healthy.
Broke the record of 250 by Ali Broussard in 2004, ironically also against the Ole Miss Rebels, and you were probably at that one.
Yep.
But
First call he made was from Ali Broussard.
This was what I was thinking when I'm watching Fournette do what Fournette did. For the last month, many people singing the praises of Darius Geis, including myself, and rightfully so. The guy was productive. He put up numbers exceeding what people expected. But Saturday night against Ole Miss, we all got reminded just how good Leonard Fournette is. Admittedly, a few pounds overweight. Ankle still a little sore. Didn't separate from people, but nobody caught him. And a school record 284 yards rushing.
I'm not trying to be a downer here. He's a terrific player, but Ole Miss is horrible. They can't stop you running the ball. And you're
probably could do that.
Well, I mean,
I get your point, though.
We are going to find out November 5th.
Last year, Leonard Fournette had 31 yards on 19 carries in Tuscaloosa.
But there's a difference now. We're not doing that run into the brick wall, 2 tight ends, two fullback and a running back, and everybody knows. Credit LSU, Coach Ensminger, and all that for spreading it out. And I for one, am like, maybe I'm wearing the purple and gold glasses, but I, for one, feel like they have the weaponry now to spread it out. They got a quarterback who's in good rhythm, who can find targets. They're expanding the field. They're throwing to everybody that's out there, giving them the opportunity. All Fournette needs is a little sliver. You take another person out of that imaginary box, and he can run. And I feel better about their chances now than I did 4 weeks ago. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I agree with you. And look, we got a lot of text messages, Buddy Sanjay and I did in the post-game show, people saying it's fun to watch LSU football again. As you said, and I've said it, Orgeron is pushing all the right buttons from the team, the locker room, the media, most importantly the fans. Even the national pundits in the media have recognized that this is a horse of a different color.
Not only is it fun, but to me, more importantly, LSU football is relevant again. People nationally are talking about it, saying, okay, look out. There's a couple of teams in the SEC trending upward. There's a couple of teams trending downward. LSU is one of those teams with that other school named Auburn that's trending upward.
Well, and I've talked about this, and Eric Asher was on my radio show this week, and he discussed it, and I'm hearing it. People think LSU have a chance to win.
Yes.
They're saying, well, if this happens, the Tigers are going to do it. It's in Baton Rouge, they're going to do it. Where, like you just said, 4 weeks ago, I don't know that anybody.
4 weeks ago, they were hoping for a hurricane to come toward Tuscaloosa to postpone the game.
Well, but anyway, there's a feeling of confidence that this team, like you said, is relevant again.
It really is.
And they have a chance. Now, we've not seen a betting line yet. Most folks
What do you think it's going to be?
Most people think.
Okay, let's preface that, okay? Texas A&M was undefeated, sixth in the country, albeit going on the road, and they were what? 18-point underdog. 18.5-point
I think
underdog.
the spread's going to be 14. Most people think 10 to 12.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm going to go
Brian
7.
Lazar
I'm going to go 7.
Brian Lazar on the post game said
I'm
he
gonna
thought
go
it would
7.
be 6 or 7.
I'm going to go 7.
I think it's higher than that.
I think
But if you go by the fact of what you just said, A&M was undefeated, sixth in the country.
Right.
18.5 game was in Tuscaloosa.
And by the way, how much did Bama win by? 19.
Yeah.
Those wise guys are
Well,
amazing.
the wise guys, they keep putting buildings up out there in Las Vegas, no doubt about that. But anyway, so the Tigers this week practice on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tiger Bowl on Thursday.
Love that.
Oh,
love
it's
that.
a fantastic thing.
Well, Lindsey Scott gets to play football again.
Yeah, and Coach Orgeron, I'm glad you said that. Coach Orgeron said they did this at Miami.
Mm-hmm.
They did it at Southern Cal. Somebody said Jared DiNardo did something similar to this during bowl practices back in the day.
All it is the starters and the people that play
Are now
on
coaching
the sidelines.
and boys and everything.
The scout team and the walk-ons and all those people get to lace it up and play some football.
The bottom line is it's
fun.
It's a fun thing.
It's a team
fun.
bonding thing.
It's going to be fun, and then the players will get the weekend off. Coaches will work. Players will get the weekend off, and then next week, you're on the radio in Baton Rouge and in Lafayette. I'm on the radio. We're going to feel it building Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Next week we'll be here for Tigers Roar.
Can't win it on Tuesday and Wednesday. Got to wait till Saturday.
That's Saturday night. Yeah, no question about that. So we're going to get you ready. Let's tell you what we got on the program tonight. We're going to hear from Coach Ed Orgeron. We got a little piece from Coach Nick Saban. Also, Leonard Fournette. Again, the single-game rushing yardage record now belongs to him. Ronnie Rance interviewed him after the game, and we're going to have that for you. We've also got some highlights of Leonard Fournette. A little bit later in the program, we'll have some New Orleans Saints for you. Bad penalties.
Shoot themselves in their own foot again.
Delay of the game penalties, false starts. Saints lose to Kansas City. They'll host Seattle in the Dome this Sunday. We got some Saints stuff for you. We'll hear from Drew Brees, Sean Payton, and a couple of other Saints players as well. And a little later in hour number 2, a little shout-out to the Southern Jaguars, undefeated in SWAC play. They head to Alcorn this week. Big homecoming win in front of a huge crowd at A.W. Mumford last week. We'll have a little Jaguar love for you tonight. Also, we'll hear from Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com, get his take on everything. Ronnie Rance of Sports Shorts Radio, Sports Shorts TV, and the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation. He's got a jumbo title now. He's been nicknamed Jumbo. You ever heard that story?
Yes.
Okay, we won't bore the people with it, but he's got a jumbo title now. So we'll hear from him later on in the program. A run through the LSU Athletic Department, a run around the state, some key games for other teams in Louisiana. We're going to take a break. When we come back, a couple of things. We're going to tell you about Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. We got special announcements coming from them as Thanksgiving and Christmas time right around the corner. And then shortly after that, we'll hear from Ed Orgeron, the head coach of the LSU Tigers. We want you to spread the roar. He's Jordy Hellberg. I'm Tommy Chrysan. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, and on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com. Stay with us.
started.
We want you. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Krysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
Here at Rejuva-Me Medical, we strive to accomplish a more youthful you. We specialize in the most advanced techniques of testosterone replacement therapy in men, bioidentical hormone replacement in women, IV therapy, and nutritional support along with the state-of-the-art cosmetics procedures. Experience a network of trainers and health coaches offering diet and nutritional plans tailored to you. Call us today to schedule your free consultation to discuss your individual needs and goals. Look like you live younger.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
Perkins Road Veterinary Hospital is a full-service veterinary hospital committed to your pet's health. We offer advanced diagnostic and therapeutic medical services, laser surgery, dog and cat diets, and treats, along with stress-free boarding. Dr. Ritchie sees patients for routine checkups to keep your loved ones happy, also advanced medical and surgical cases. We have separate condos for cat boarding and large climate-controlled canine boarding. Our boarding dogs get to have fun in a very large play yard several times a day. Laser therapy is a service that we offer to heal wounds and help our patients that suffer from chronic pain. Laser therapy is a wonderful adjunct treatment for neurologic and arthritic pain with no side effects. Your pets are family members and deserve the best and highest quality of care. Dr. Ritchie and his staff greatly respect the human-animal bond and are committed to exceeding your expectations. Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online, cypresslake-apartments.net.
With Tigers Roar, Jordy Hultberg, we got some items here on the desk. Tell us all about Tremonti's Meat and Seafood.
Oh, right there, 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Look, they've fed us tonight. This is their special product, their special sauce. You sprinkle it on stuff. It's fabulous. We got all kinds of, it's party platter time for the LSU-Alabama game, all the high school games. We've got all kinds of stuff for you. Deer processing, we can handle that. You see the phone number there. The easiest thing to do is go to Tremontis.com. It shows you everything they have. They're famous for their burgers, famous for their sausage, and now, in conjunction with that, they're famous for their high-end spirits. And we've got a a little bottle here of Macallan 12-year-old Scotch from now until the first of the year, $49.95. That's a significant savings.
Big savings.
Big time savings. And we got this and so many other things for you. So not only is it a meat and seafood market, but now it's into spirits. It's got a little bit of everything. And you can even get one of these world famous hats. And this
Sprinkle spice.
This sprinkle spice
all-purpose seasoning
is really good. Now look, they fed the crew tonight.
There's not much left, and by the time we get done, there'll be none left.
We had boudin balls, we had fried shrimp, fried catfish, and meat pies, and that's just scratching the surface of the things that they can do.
A lot of people will be tailgating and partying for the Alabama game. Some going to the stadium, some staying at home. Tremonti's.com. Thanksgiving's around the corner. Christmas less than 2 months away. The deer processing that they do for all you deer hunters.
Top
It's
shelf.
all at Tremonti's.com over there. What's this? Jefferson Highway. I know you know.
12451 Old Jefferson Highway. You know where Parkview Baptist School and Church is? Just come on down. You can't miss it. And for those aficionados of Scotch, you understand what that is. That's a 12-year-old Scotch, $49.95. It's like giving it away.
That's
it really
big, big. Maybe you can give that as an office gift, or I guess if you buy that though, you drink.
And look,
it, right?
that's a great idea. Gift cards, and look, Thanksgiving's coming. Nobody fries them better. Nobody does rotisserie turkeys better. Just go to Tremonti's.com and see for yourself. It's a busy time of the year.
Yeah, no question about that. I've been there and done that, and it's good stuff.
You want that hat, don't you?
Yeah, I need to talk to Mike about that. We got to have a kind Mike. TK, he'll wear the hat. I mean, I'll
wear the lid. Okay,
I'll do it. I
know
wear
you
hats.
will.
I'm an old baseball guy. I don't mind.
I may make
hats.
an executive decision here and just give it to you.
Yeah, well, I may wear it tomorrow.
And I'll pay the price for that later.
All right. LSU football, back to the topic at hand. Even though there's the open date this weekend, it is Halloween, trick or treat. A lot of costume parties and contests.
Can't wait till the kids go to sleep and I can raid the bag. But I go to sleep before they do now. So anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like now, don't they have like set hours when kids can trick?
6 to 8.
I mean, when we were little, we just
Kept going.
we
kept
covered
going.
the neighborhood next
And the
door.
house that gave the good candy, whoop, right back to it.
Just think if we'd had cell phones. I mean,
Oh,
like,
my
Jordy,
gosh.
you got to go to the
Oh, my
red house
gosh.
on the corner because they're giving away this.
I had my banana seat bicycle. I was riding it, drop it, candy, boop, get on the bike, go again. It's great. It's great.
All right. Again, no football game this week, but Ed Orgeron, he's having a talk. Everybody's talking about it. It's going to slowly build its way up, and then next week will be exciting and interesting. But we have some comments right now, recent comments from Ed Orgeron talking about the LSU Tigers. Here's Coach Orgeron.
Well, you have to be very good, and you have to have the experience that Dave does. He's a cool cucumber out there now, and he's like a mad scientist. And but the preparation that he does during the week to be able to do that and to be able to get everybody on the same page, because obviously if there's a bust, it could be a touchdown. So he does a tremendous job of preparation. He's a very talented football coach. Physical, we wanted to be physical tonight. We wanted to out-physical our opponent, and that was one of the things. Plus, it just looked good. But that's one of the things that we love when Leonard does it.
Did you know during the game that he was getting close to or past the rushing record?
No, I just knew we were up by 17 points, and we wanted to win the game. That's all I knew.
Because the offense has already been clicking the past 2 games, and then when you bring a guy like Leonard back into the fold, just how much more does that bring to what you guys are trying to do already?
Confidence. They'll be able to hit the home run and be able to run the game, run the football in the game. We tried to put him and Geisler in at the same time. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. We wanted to try it. But we're best when we can hit the short throws, take deep shots, hit the ball, tight ends or crossing routes, protect the quarterback, and give Leonard the ball.
Coach Leonard sets the single game rushing record, and he does it on 16 carries.
Yeah.
Earlier in the week, he was 100% and ready to do that. And just, the amount of yards that he had on the amount of carries.
You can never tell. But Monday, he looked awfully good when he came back, and he was ready to go. He looked fresh and ready. And obviously, our offensive line must have blocked tremendously well. We're gonna enjoy this win. We're gonna go into the office tomorrow, grade the tape, look at it. During the open day, we do self-scout, and we're going to do a self-scout on ourselves on Monday. Then Monday afternoon, we're going to start working on Alabama. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to have a pretty good Alabama practice. And Thursday, we're gonna let the boys have a little fun, go home, and then we'll come back and be ready to go.
Coach, you take one more question.
These next 2 weeks, LSU, Alabama, fans point to the schedule before the season starts. How exciting is this going to be just these next 2 weeks?
Well, after you watch the tape, you might not be might not be as excited. And I'm just joking. No, we're going to be very excited to play a very good football team. We're going to be up for the challenge. It's going to be a physical football game. They have very good athletes. They're very well coached, but so are we. I've never been a part of a player like Leonard, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, he's dynamic. I believe he's the best player in the country.
Coach, 73-7 in the second half of 3 games.
Yes.
Why is that happening?
I think it's a tribute of us being fresh, us cutting down the practices and talking about finishing, us practicing faster, and we have good players.
Coach, the atmosphere tonight was just amazing for the kickoff. And what was that like for you? And you could just see it coming out of the players.
Yeah, well, it was for the players, and to be honest with you, and it started with the Tiger Walk. We knew we were going to be ready today. We knew we were going to start fast. It didn't look like it, but our guys were jacked up, ready to go. It was a great atmosphere in here. I want to thank all the former players for being there, all the people in the Tiger Walk, all of the crowd. It looks like it was packed again. There was a definite home field advantage. We went there last year, and they used their home field advantage to us. We did not play well, and we definitely used the home field advantage tonight.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Does Coach Orshroy look like he lost a couple pounds?
Yes, he does. We both need to go figure out what he's doing.
Yeah, I need to run over there
we
now.
need to be a coach
I'm
or
going to leave this show with you and I run over there. No, but I mean,
he looks great. Looks great.
Being head coach is a little bit different. All right, hot off the press, fresh. I mean, instantaneous. You know the world of smartphones we live in. I got the text from Las Vegas, my good buddy Dave Scandaliato.
Mm-hmm. What's the spread?
Opening line, Alabama -9.
Is that the biggest? I can't recall a spread being that big between these two teams in many, many a moon. I may be wrong, but that's...
You know, I guessed 14. Buddy had
7.
said 10 to 12. Brian Lazar said 6 or 7. You thought 7-ish. Opening line from CRIS, Chris, Costa Rica International Services. They were the first ones that put a line out in all sports.
Okay.
Has the opening line of Bama -9. Now
it may have been 10 to 12.
That can and will change as we get closer to kickoff.
It may have been 10
to 12.
It may have been 10 to 12, and then they saw what Fournette did, dropped it down.
Could be.
It'll
Well,
change.
anyway,
It'll
Bama
change.
-9 is the first line out of Las Vegas.
The question is it going to change up or change down?
Depends on where the money's going.
I understand. Where do you think the money's
money moves
going?
the line.
I know. Where do you think the money's going?
Well, the LSU fans who are very confident might be jumping on 9 right now, thinking it's coming down to 8 or 7, and you want as many as you can get if you're with LSU. Bama, I don't know. They might wait and see if it comes down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
If it starts moving up, you know, then the Bama. There is a science to it that the wise
There's
guys
a reason.
have,
Right.
and they monitor that stuff by the minute.
A lot of
when
metrics.
The money's coming this way, they move that line and all that good stuff. You know what? I always was under the impression of something that turns out is a myth.
Here's not to interrupt you, but before the season, if you were smart, LSU was a betting favorite in every game of the season. Things changed a little bit. This will be the only game. Well, I don't know. We'll see if this is the only game where they're underdogs.
I always thought that, you know, the bookie or the house wanted the same amount of bets on both sides of the number. That's not true. That's a myth. They want to pound you. They want to make money. They're not hoping to just make the 10% juice or the 20% juice. They want to go for the gusto based on their research and their knowledge.
And most of the times they do.
Oh, yeah. Well, they keep putting buildings up out there. And
they got to pay Celine Dion. They got to play Elton John, Britney Spears.
The telling tale at any casino, anywhere around anywhere, even the boats and all that good stuff. Okay?
TK, lesson 101. Okay.
Take a look around. I'll tell you how I got this lesson at the OTB thing about 20 years ago, 25 years ago. You picture yourself in any casino. There's lots of places where you can give them your money. Slot machines, table games.
Only one place.
And there's a little row of about 4 windows in the corner.
That's right.
And then maybe one other spot, if it's a big enough casino with 4, maybe 6 windows that only have 2 people working at. It's like the grocery store. Every line's not open.
It's amazing.
Okay.
They serve good drinks at those casinos, strong drinks, and they're free for some reason.
You remember when the off-track betting parlors for the horse racing became popular?
Yeah.
At the time, I'm living in Covington, and we thought we knew how to read a racing form. We go out there and bet on these horses.
What's the best
and
color?
One day it dawned on one of the guys I'm sitting with and said, "Look at this. We got like 10 windows where you can go place a bet, and 2 where you can collect your winners. That ought to tell us you can't win."
That's right. Yeah.
But anyway, all right.
9. Okay.
9 points, Alabama favored in an opening line out in Las Vegas. That's hot off the press for you. We thank Dave Scandaliato for that information. Dave's on the radio with me each and every Friday. Nick Saban, former coach at LSU, 5 national titles. We know the story. Now the second highest paid coach in the country. Harbaugh.
Unbelievable.
Makes
$9 million.
More than $2 million.
Well, it's going to be $7 million. He got the $9 million because they got one $2 million check when they signed the contract to get this annual retirement fund or whatever it is. Anyway, $9 million.
Yeah, and Saban's a hair under $7 million.
So Jimmy Sexton's going to Alabama people right now saying,
hey, my guy's got 5 national titles. How many does Harbaugh have?
Zip.
Les Miles 13th in the nation with salary at the 4.3 and change that he's getting.
You know, it used to be a lot higher. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, the scale of money. We got 3 in the $6 million or more. Urban Meyer's third. We got a whole bunch making $5 million or more. It's
we should have
crazy.
been coaches.
Charlie Strong making $5 million.
For a little while longer.
Yeah.
The opponent,
Not much.
Nick Saban. Before we get to Saban, I'm a little befuddled when LSU fans say they hate Nick Saban. I mean, this guy.
You know what they're saying? And I always wonder this. They're saying, how many national championships do you think LSU would have if he had stayed and never left?
I'll say this to you, and you were around. I vividly remember in the early 2000s, whether Saban was coach yet or not, and LSU had, at the time, 5 baseball titles. I remember diehard Tiger fans saying, I'd trade all 5 of the baseball titles for one football title.
Yep.
Well, guess what? Saban delivered one. And then Miles delivered another.
But the question is, I wonder how many people are asking that. How many titles do you think LSU would have if he had stayed and never left?
I don't know. But anyway, we got a short clip. Next week we'll have a whole lot more of Nick Saban.
4.
We've got a short clip of the second highest paid coach in America.
He's mad.
The Crimson Tide, Nick Saban. Here he is.
4 titles.
Wow.
Coach, as you've evolved this defense over the years, personnel and scheme-wise, to deal with the up-tempo offenses that spread you out, how do you stay sound when you play an LSU-type team that will go 2 backs and a tight end and run straight at you?
Well, that's one of the things that we're going to have to do a good job of, because we probably don't have as many big guys as we had in the past, because we were built in the past for teams like LSU, who were I formation, run downhill, very physical offensive line. So we're going to have to do a really good job with our guys up front. I think we've got some guys that can hang in there and play, that type of game. Some of them played last year, but, it'll be a challenge for us. But I think it all starts with the interior people holding the point, and linebackers doing a good job of reading the plays. You got to do a good job of tackling, and you got to really play good team defense when you play against a team like LSU, who's very, very good at running the ball and got 2 great backs, really. So this will be a challenge for us. But last year we had enough guys that we had enough speed that we could play the spread teams, and we had enough big guys that we could do the other thing. This year we don't have quite as much depth in that regard, but I still think we got guys that can play it.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Nick Saban. He is Nick Saban. Love him.
He brought us a championship. I'll always be in favor of him.
Well, you know that old saying, you and I have heard this dozens of times in our lives, a measuring stick of a coach is, did he leave the program in better shape than he found it? Nick Saban left the program in better shape than he found it. Les Miles sustained that for a long period of time, and then it kind of began to tail, that the facts and the proofs in the pudding there, in spite of the 77% of the games.
I think 4 national championships if he had stayed. This is not a knock on anybody, but that continuity, that ability to recruit, hire really good coaches, He's the best in the business.
Well, they're number one in the land for a reason, and
looks like a lot.
They're going to be number one when they get to Baton Rouge in a couple of weeks from now. And again, LSU 19 in the coaches poll, 19 in the AP. That could go up a hair if some folks right above
considering where they were a while ago.
Yeah, they were
19's really good.
They were out the poll.
19's good.
They were out of there.
And look, plenty of games to move back up into the ladder.
Next Tuesday, November 1st, the first college football playoff committee rankings come out, which I read an interesting stat on that. The last 2 years when they released their initial poll of the top 4 teams, which would be a total of 8 times 2, you can do that when going to De La Salle, I know. Only 3 of those 8 ended up in the playoff.
That's right.
And one team that was ranked 15th in the original poll, one team was ranked 16th in the original poll, were in the playoff.
You're going to have Alabama, you're going to have Michigan, you're going to have Washington, and depending upon if Clemson beats Florida State Saturday, I would think Clemson would be the 4th team.
We'll take a break, come back, going to let you hear from Leonard Fournette. 284 yards, a school record for a single game rushing yardage. We'll do that when we return with more of Tigers Roar, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com.
Good stuff here.
Tremonti's Sprinkle Spice. We'll be right back.
For over 26 years, Hunt's Tire Pros has served Baton Rouge, making you the customer priority number 1. Nationwide warranties, better prices, and excellent service are just a few ways we do just that. It starts with our hassle-free experience, where you're only sold what you need when you need it. So for quality service you can trust for generations to come, and all the great tire brands like Michelin and B.F. Goodrich, visit Hunt's Tire Pros on Greenville Springs Road or online at huntstire.com.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-552-8621. 800-552-8621.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Chrysan, 2 left-handers from New Orleans. How about that?
Strike a pose. You should have done that.
Heisman?
You should have done that after the 3rd touchdown. Should have done it.
You think?
Oh, yeah, why not? Get his name back in
Okay,
it.
you bring up a good question. Leonard Fournette, is he back in the Heisman consideration?
Not yet.
I think
if he gets, I think, just my opinion, if he gets 150 and LSU beats Alabama, he's back in consideration.
I made the analogy. I think he's in the others receiving votes, down at the bottom, like, okay, we got to remember this guy now.
Right.
Okay,
right.
we had forgot about him. He got hurt. At first, didn't know when he was going to return, even after a couple of weeks, uncertainty. I think now, if you're a Heisman voter, you have to be going, okay, I got to see what's next with Leonard Fournette.
Prime time, 7 o'clock, CBS, #1 team in the country. He goes for $150.
And they win. What if he breaks the record of 284 and they win?
He's right side by side with
Lamar Jackson.
Louisville.
He's
Move
close.
over, dude. He's close. He's close.
Speaking of Leonard Fournette, St. Augustine High School, I heard about him before he got to St. Aug. Ken Trahan, my buddy in New Orleans, told me about him.
Mythical.
And then
mythical.
His coach at St. Aug, somebody I coached many years ago, so I was fully aware and all that. And we got reminded the other night just how good that guy is. How about that defensive back from Ole Miss?
That's the kid that jumped out the plane to announce where he was committing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's a high school kid. Jumped out the plane. I'm going to Ole Miss.
Are you kidding? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's craziness.
And he paid the price.
Okay, yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get. You're going to be theatrical and bring attention to yourself. He'll never try to tackle Leonard Fournette again. He might not try to tackle anybody.
That was a bigger crowd eruption on that play than the 3 touchdowns.
Did you see the video of when they run him over and the graveyard pops up?
No, I did not.
I'm going to have to show you
Did
that.
not.
But we're going to let you hear from Leonard Fournette. Ronnie Rance, who joins us each and every week on Tigers Roar and on the Pelican Sports Postgame Show, he talked to Leonard after his record-setting performance.
Joining me is LSU running back Leonard Fournette. And after the layoff, Leonard, was this like the first game of the year to you? Was it the same kind of feeling?
It's a better feeling, man, especially with Coach O right now and then how the team is. I was just happy to be out there.
It seemed as if you were chomping at the bit the last couple of weeks. I talked to Darius after the games, and he said you were vocal and getting on him and all that. I mean, was there a little bit of frustration being sitting out?
Not really, man. I want the best for everybody. And those little mistakes that we were making as a team when I wasn't playing, I was trying to let them know we can't have that when we play a big game. So just discipline ourselves more, pay attention to meetings more, and just get to it.
Were you able to get better sitting out and kind of having a different perspective?
Oh, yeah. For those 3 weeks, man, one of the hardest things I ever faced in my life, especially with how the team was scoring, and just hard. Then the only thing I really did was encourage them each and every day, man, just to go out there and play hard. And I was kind of rehabbing and also being a coach too at the same time.
Did you know that this night was going to end up this way? Did you have that feeling early on that it was going to be special? And obviously, you set a single-game record.
Nah, not really, man. But I know something's going to happen when my mother sent me those scriptures, and she told me to just let go of, stop thinking about the injury. And that's what I did, and I had a night, man. Coach Luke coached us every single day. I mean, as far as not just football, but as men, because I have a kid, and he's another one, man. Without his leadership, his presence in that room, I don't know where the whole room will be at.
Are you 100%? I know that's a silly question, but are you 100%?
No, I'm not 100%. Just still battling an injury, so rehabbing each and every day.
The mindset of this team, it just seems so different than it was a month ago. It's incredible.
That's Coach O. His mentality, man, our backs against the wall. What are we going to do? Are we going to compete? Or we gonna ball up? So as the leaders on the team, we're not balling up to nobody. Fight, scratch, crawl until the end.
One final question. You got an off week coming up, and then, of course, Alabama. How do you use this off week to get better? And do you circle that game, or is it just any other game?
No, I don't circle any game. And really, the whole team is get our bodies better, get back healthy, and spend Halloween or whatever with my daughter, man. And
you gonna dress up?
Nah, I'm gonna dress up though. I don't know what she's gonna be, but I'm gonna dress her up though.
All right, Len, thanks for the time.
There you have Leonard Fournette. Again, I don't know what we could say that hadn't been said yet, but a remarkable performance. He admitted after the game he got tired a couple of times, and this, that, and the other.
So that's a big wind sprint there.
Couple of pounds. It looked like he gained a couple of pounds. Kobe, you hurt your ankle. You can't stay in the same shape.
He is a competitor, a strong-willed competitor. He wants to put on a show against Alabama. You know that. And I think now, again, not to be repetitive, but I think now they've done some things that will give him the possibility. But Saban. Saban puts his cornerbacks on an island, says, you got him, we're not playing zone, you can man up, and we're going to shut down what you do best. He's like Bill Belichick when the Saints played against him, and Jimmy Graham was on a roll. They took Jimmy Graham, shut him out. That's what Alabama's going to try and do to Fournette. So going to have to open things up a little bit and then gash him.
Yeah, again, 31 yards on 19 carries last year in Tuscaloosa. Leonard's not going to comment on that. He don't want to be asked about that. But somewhere in the back of his mind and his offensive linemen are saying, hey, we got to do better.
This might be crazy, but LSU when they played Bama, you notice their linemen were like toe-to-toe, side by side. Let's open up the gaps a little bit. Make the defensive line open up a little bit. And now you get some angles. So there's all kind of things that they can do. But he wants to put on a show. You know it.
Speaking of a show, we got Brent Musburger talking over some highlights that are, without a question, a show. You want to see a show from Leonard Fournette? Enjoy this clip right here.
Musburger's great.
Playing tonight. He's kept out because of watch his lead block. There it is. Fournette breaks free. 25. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Leonard Fournette. 59 yards.
Gets a nice slam block right here, and then watch Mouton come out and get a lead block right out in front of Fournette. Now, you knew that Fournette was going to come into this game running angry. He's missed the last few games, will certainly be motivated.
Play action, great block by Geis. Off to Fournette. Oh my. Ooh. Oh, a crushing run. Fournette
on the flattened perimeter, and watch what he does to the true freshman Deontay Anderson at safety. Welcome to the Magnolia Bowl.
Fournette to the middle. And at the 25, Hart's.
Josh Boutte, right guard, got into the second level and was able to wash a defender this way. Gets the push on linebacker DeMarcus Gates. That opened up the crease. I think.
LSU leading Ole Miss now by a point after the field goal. And Fournette is just impossible. Bringing him again to daylight. Headed for the end zone, folks. Hello, end zone for Leonard Fournette. His second huge touch.
Look at this huge gap right here that Bing Dukes is responsible for. It's too much space, and Colin Jeter is going to get a great block on him. You know, to run the ball well, it's not just about offensive linemen, but it's tight ends and receivers. Look at Gage, number 39, wide receiver, getting a nice block as well. Bad angle taken by Deontay Anderson.
78.
He's only carried it 7 times. He's already nearing 250 yards. And true freshman safety Deontay Anderson is having a hard night with Leonard Fournette. Look at number 2. He's the guy that got run over early when Fournette caught the ball. This time he takes the stiff arm. He finds out about the power that Leonard Fournette has. That stiff arm quickly becoming legendary this year. It's probably
All right, Jordy, I have a question for you. It's a tough one.
All right.
Can you handle a tough question?
I will try my best.
Is Leonard Fournette the best running back ever at LSU? I know that's you say best ever, you're really putting some parentheses out there. I understand.
Ask that question at the end of the season.
He's as good as anybody. We know that. Okay, I mean, there's been some good ones.
It's hard to argue with a Heisman Trophy winner. It's hard to argue with what Kevin Falk did. I mean, it's hard to argue.
Charles Alexander.
Charles Alexander. I mean, some really.
Dalton Hilliard was pretty shifty.
I mean, Jerry Stovall was pretty good
Harvey
too.
Williams.
I mean, there's a bunch of really.
Kevin Falk.
Let's wait and see what his numbers are at the end of this year.
Falk's numbers are still.
He's certainly up there. He's certainly up there. That number 2 had no shot with the stiff arm. Had no shot.
Well, you know, I'll throw this to the fans. Okay, go on YouTube tonight and Google Kevin Falk at LSU.
Oh my God!
You're going to see some highlights. You're going to go, what?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
You know who was great?
Same thing with Dalton Hilliard. We had Dalton on the TV show years ago, and we put a little highlight package together, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
remember,
he did that?
I know it was a very short resume.
Cecil
Collins was pretty good.
Short,
pretty good.
Small snapshot, but
pretty good. I got this. You know what game I want to watch come bowl season?
What's that?
I want to see Texas Tech and Ole Miss play. They can't stop anybody, and they will score 100.
Did you see?
Yes.
Wait, no, I want to see if you heard this part. It was 66-59, Oklahoma beat Texas Tech. There was 1,708 total yards, but there's an asterisk there. You ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
This is next to impossible. Each team had 854. What are the odds of two teams both having 854 yards offense?
That Mahomes kid from Texas Tech threw for 780 yards.
He threw 88
and got beat.
Threw 88 passes. 88 passes. Back in the day, Alan Risher had to play 7 games to throw 88
crazy.
passes.
I want to see Ole Miss and Texas Tech play. It'll be 80-80.
1,708 yards, and each team had 854. You can't get odds on that in Vegas. We're going to take a break, come back, still to come. Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com. Ronnie Rance a little bit later, and a whole lot more. We've got it for you right here on Tigers Roar. We remind you the original airing each week's on Wednesday night. Yeah, 8 to 10, 2 hours prime time. Repeats on the Pelican, Fridays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 10 a.m. WHNO, TV channel 20 out in New Orleans, plays it Friday at 5 p.m. ETEL cable system Friday and Saturday at 2 p.m. And as we've told you for the last month, we've amped up the YouTube page sometime on Thursday mornings, mid-morning. Tigers Roar on youtube.com/Pelican Broadcast and watch it at your convenience. We're putting the post game up there. We got Rapping with BK. We got Sports Show.
So we got to get good at this because if we don't, they'll see the same mistake like 25 times.
Yeah, then they'll
in a
put
week.
Rooster and Buddy up here, and you and I'll be eating boudin balls.
Done. Deal. Deal. Let's giddy up and go.
We'll be right back after this break.
Deal.
Pelican Sports TV.
To twist my arm. Jeez, this stuff is good.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We want you. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Chrysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house. The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 800-404-0966. 800-404-0966.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.
Here at Rejuva-Me Medical, we strive to accomplish a more youthful you. We specialize in the most advanced techniques of testosterone replacement therapy in men, bioidentical hormone replacement in women, IV therapy, and nutritional support along with the state-of-the-art cosmetics procedures. Experience a network of trainers and health coaches offering diet and nutritional plans tailored to you. Call us today to schedule your free consultation to discuss your individual needs and goals. Look like you live younger.
Accord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work.
Dr. Shonda Acord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including Optimap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Acord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Acord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online, cypresslake-apartments.net.
We'll remind you about WUBR, home of the Jim Rome Show from CBS Sports Radio, 9-10 a.m. Smartphones with the TuneIn app. Local radio, Jordy Helberg in the mornings from 7 to 8. Buddy Sandy from 1 to 3. Pelican Sports Radio 3 to 5. On the weekends, Carlos Brown, Saturday mornings 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Friday evenings, Ken Trahan's Original Prep Report. Louisiana Tech Bulldog football, select NFL football as well. Get it on a smartphone, a computer. We simulcast a post-game show on there, and a great mixture of local and national radio programming. WUBR, that's how you find it online. Search WUBR at tunein.com or get that app as it's all over your smartphones, 9-10 a.m. on the old-fashioned radio dial. Jordy, tell everybody about your program in the Lafayette market.
Every afternoon from 2 to 4 on 103.7 FM, The Game, KLWB, bringing mostly LSU stuff to Acadiana. It's been well received.
They love it over there.
I hope so.
A lot of Tiger fans over there. Hey, did you see the Raging Cajuns going to
T-Town,
Tuscaloosa 2018, picking up $1.25 million? That'll help that Raging Cajun.
Next year they play at Texas A&M and at Ole Miss.
Picking up some
cash.
Huh?
Yeah, they got to finish that baseball field and all that stuff.
Well, it's another day. All right, Jordy, I mentioned Tuesday, next Tuesday, November 1, the first release of the rankings by the College Football Playoff Committee.
I got chastised by the crew. Said, boy, you really stuck your neck out on that one. But those who are undefeated right now. Well, but it's subject to change.
But as it's done for a couple of years, we'll see who the first four are next Tuesday, and we'll see how that matches up in December.
Hypothetically.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I hope it happens, but hypothetically. Say LSU runs the table, gets to the SEC championship game, beats Tennessee. It's a 2-loss SEC team. They lost at Wisconsin, and they lost at Auburn. Does a 2-loss SEC team get into the playoff? I'm sure it depends upon a lot of variables.
A couple of things.
Other conferences, how are they? You know, is West Virginia going to lose a game?
You need Auburn to lose somewhere, and they might. They got to play Ole Miss this weekend and Bama, of course, later, because they would own the tiebreaker against LSU. Mm-hmm. So if LSU wins out and Auburn gets a loss, you only want them to get one.
Just one.
Okay, and you want Wisconsin to win everything that they can win.
Right.
And then the 2-loss team, LSU the only 2-loss team to win the national title, that was in 2007 when the Stars all lined up that night.
See, it'll
depend on a couple of other
things. Don't we want Ohio State now to beat Michigan?
No, you want Michigan to go undefeated where they're in. So you don't want two teams from the Big Ten where only one of them has one loss. You want Michigan to beat Ohio State so they have two.
Okay.
All right? Okay. And then Ohio State not get to the championship game. You need, if Washington wins out, they're in.
They're in.
Because they're undefeated.
Pac-12.
That's a big story in the Pac-12. The Big 12 can forget it. They're not going to be in. Okay. Yep. I know Baylor's unbeaten, but they're not going to be in. So I guess the question would be, if Baylor's unbeaten or with one loss, or the 2-loss LSU who won the SEC get in? I say yeah, because it's the SEC. Although the SEC top to bottom is not as strong as it has been.
Be interesting. So, who was the last two-loss team to get to a national championship?
LSU.
Yeah.
And they won it. 07.
Yeah.
So that's, like I said, that's when the Stars all lined up that particular night.
I hope it happens. It would be interesting.
And if LSU wins out, Ed Orgeron is the permanent head coach.
No question.
He's also the coach of the year in the Southeastern Conference, and that'll mean Fournette's in the Heisman race, or first, second, or third,
No
because
question.
if they win out, it's going to mean, in all likelihood, that he's done very well.
Lots
right?
of ifs, ands, and buts, but it's interesting
If
to
a
talk
frog
about.
had wings, he wouldn't bump his butt all the time, right?
If it were a skiff, we'd all be sailing.
If for a fifth of McAllen over there at Tremonti's, we'd be opening this box a little bit. I'm not a scotch drinker, though, so you don't have to worry about me taking this, but I want the Tremonti's hat.
$49.95. That is
I want the Tremonti's
okay,
hat.
that's a significant discount. But they've got some others. They've got a Frank Sinatra signature.
Jack Daniels?
Yes.
I'm going to get it.
It's awesome.
Tell Mike I'm on my way. Sprinkle spice. And
You better dig
I
deep,
looked
boy.
during the last break. There's no Tremonti's left. Marty,
I know,
our
gone.
floor director, ate it all.
Those boudin balls were good.
Whew, boudin balls are very good. All right, we're going to take a break, come back. Brian Lazar, TigerBait.com, will join us. We'll mix it up with Brian, get his thoughts on a few
You want
things.
Sinatra's, huh?
Oh, I've had some.
It's
It's
good.
expensive.
Yeah, but you can dig deep.
I had some in Destin,
Do
Florida.
another post-game show. You'll be all right.
We'll be right back with more of Tigers Roar. Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us.
Surfing through the channels with his little remote, wolfing down Cheetos. I hope he don't choke between Monday night football and Friday night fights. I'm lucky if I get to see a show that I like. He never hears the phone or the doorbell ring. I don't try to understand him. It's a male thing.
Since 1986, the family dental practice of Dr. Farrell Frugier, with state-of-the-art building and technology, and our highly trained staff, have been dedicated to providing care and treatment to our patients of all ages. The experience and advanced training in cosmetic and restorative dentistry, TMJ, and treatment of snoring and sleep apnea allows Dr. Frugier to assist you in achieving the best in dental health. Call us today at 225-292-9700 to schedule your initial evaluation, because we know how to make you smile.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formal Affair.
My name is Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal, and she makes your dreams come true.
Acord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Acord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including OptiMap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Acord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Acord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Chrysan with you. We now visit with Brian Lazar.
Big B.
TigerBait.com. Good evening, Brian. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing tonight?
Awesome, buddy. Thanks for joining us.
Brian, what's the very latest from Coach Orgeron and LSU football that you have for the viewers?
Well, this is a week where, as they have the off week this Saturday, they mostly are working with, on themselves. They'll start doing a little bit on Alabama, and they did a little bit on Alabama today. Tomorrow, they're having the younger guys on the team are scrimmaging. The older guys are going to sit out and act as coaches, and then they'll be off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and get ready to go for Alabama next Monday. So it's been a pretty, easy week for the players, and talked with some of them today, and look, it's amazing every year, and this is the only time you hear LSU players talk about this. When they're asked about Alabama, the first thing they say, they do everything right They're the most technique-sound team we play, and it doesn't matter if you're talking to an LSU offensive player, defensive player, they all say that. And, you never hear them say, boy, they really got great talent. They talk about how well coached they are, how well they execute, how sound they are technique, and then they say, oh, and by the way, they really got some good players.
It's true. Back to the Thursday with the young pups playing. Leonard Fournette's got to be one of the head coaches. Who's the other head coach?
Well, I don't know. The players did, when we spoke with them today, it was before practice, and the players didn't know how things were going to be divided up or how they were going to even do things. So it'll be interesting to see how they end up doing. Of course, we won't really hear anything about it because we won't hear anything with anybody with the football program until Ed's media luncheon next Monday.
There you go.
Brian, backing it up a little bit, you've seen hundreds of LSU football games. Leonard Fournette with a record-setting performance, 284 yards rushing in the single game. We all kind of sang the praises of Darius Geist for a month, rightfully so, and we got reminded how good Fournette can be. Your thoughts on him setting that record?
Well, I thought it was the perfect storm. Number one, I thought Leonard Fournette was a man on a mission. I think that having been out for a few weeks, I think he was raring to go. And I think, the fact that people were talking about, man, look how good Geist is. Is LSU better? Should Geist start? I'm sure Leonard heard all that, and I was a little bit under his skin. So that's number one. Number two, the offensive line blocked very well. They gave Fournette creases for that downhill run, and those creases enabled him to get to the second level of the defense, and when he got in the secondary, he was outrunning people. And number three, Ole Miss's run defense isn't very good.
Yeah.
So
and that's putting it nicely.
215 yards a game on the ground, and so if they're going to face a running back like Fournette, you figure he's going to have a good day. So I think all three of those things combined really, the reason why, Fournette had that 284-yard night, and realized 213 of those yards came on the 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, where he wasn't even touched. Brian Lazar joining us. You go from that defense to the best defense against the run. Alabama giving up, 70 yards a game on the ground. Do you feel more comfortable now that LSU has an approach where they can do some more things against Alabama than we've seen in the past 4 or 5 years?
Well, I'll go to what the players said. They said it's good that we have been able to spread the ball out recently, but if we don't execute, that doesn't matter. If we don't block them, it isn't going to make any difference. So I think the players understand what the task is at hand. They're saying, offensively, we have to do our job. We can't make mistakes. Whatever plays called, say LSU's going to come out, spread things around. If they don't execute that, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the players know that it all comes down to how well they execute because, like I said, they've all stressed, we know Alabama's going to execute well.
Good point. Got to block them up front. It's a line of scrimmage game, right? Every year, whoever controls a line of scrimmage, offensively or defensively, that's the team that generally wins this thing.
In 2011 and 2012, I thought those two teams were pretty close, and I thought LSU's physicalness along both lines was pretty close to Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, I don't think that's been the case. I think the last 2 years in particular, I don't think Alabama's, or last 3 years, I should say, last two years, I don't think LSU's been able to hold up with Alabama's on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and that's what's going to come down to Saturday. Look, Alabama's doing a lot more spread principles now, but when push comes to shove, they're going to run the ball inside at you with some power runs, and you got to be able to stop it. And you certainly going to have to be able to run the ball some against Alabama.
Hey, Brian, I know Buddy asked you about this during the post-game show, and a short time ago I got a text from my buddy Dave Scandaliato out in Las Vegas. He was able to find an opening line of Alabama -9. I know Buddy and I kind of thought a little more than that. You thought maybe a little bit under that, but the first line out in Vegas, and of course we know that could change, but has Bama a 9-point favorite. And your thoughts on that?
I think I said on Saturday I thought it'd be 7-8, and I think that's a fair number. Look, Ole Miss is the only team that's played Alabama close so far this year. When you look at LSU, throw out Jacksonville State, who's an FCS team. LSU's played two lost teams. Wisconsin and Auburn lost to both of them. So LSU doesn't really have everybody's talking about the signature win over Ole Miss. Well, Ole Miss's record is now 3-4, so I don't know how much of a signature win that is. So this team gets a chance to knock off the number one team in the country a week from Saturday.
I'm curious to see, Eddie Jackson was a viable player for Alabama in the secondary and in the return game. He's done for the season. I'm curious to see who takes over that spot and how effective they are.
Well, they got 2 weeks to figure that out.
In the machine known as Alabama.
They got a good player, I would guess. We're visiting with Brian Lazar. Go ahead, Brian.
Louisiana kid.
Yeah.
Hootie Jones is the backup to him at safety, the kid from Neville. So that's who. Now, Nick, I'm sure, will look at things in practice of these next 10 days and see if he's the best guy to start there. But, on the depth chart, when Jackson got hurt late in the game against A&M, Hootie Jones is the guy who took his spot.
Speaking of the Baton Rouge or Louisiana Connect, did you see Speedy Noyle take one on that kick return?
Hey, that should have been a
should have been a targeting penalty.
He didn't know where he was at the rest of the day.
He may still not know where he's at.
We're visiting with Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com. Brian, let's talk a little hardwood. Johnny Jones had a media session earlier this week, and you were there. What's the very latest on Tiger basketball?
Well, the season opens up. I think it's 2 weeks from Saturday when
on the 12th.
Wofford comes to the PMAC. I know LSU has has a scrimmage this weekend, and then it has an exhibition game a week from Monday against Reinhardt, which is an NAIA school, and then, like I said, 2 weeks from Saturday, they open up in the PMAC against Wofford. Look, there's certainly no expectations on this team. Selected members of the media picked them to finish 12th in the SEC. Certainly the players and Johnny Jones, all of them were a little taken aback by that, and they all saying that's a little slap in the face. But look, when you look at this team, you have 2 returning starters in Antonio Blakeney and Craig Victor, and then you have Jalen Patterson, who has, seen pretty good amount of playing time off the bench in the preceding 2 years, and then that's basically it. So you're going with a lot of inexperience. We'll just have to wait and see how they progress over the course of the season. And look, if you ask me right now, LSU is definitely a second division team in the SEC.
Brian, eight Tigers made NBA rosters, including Tim Quarterman, last man on the bench for the Portland Trailblazers, but he's making some money. That surprised me a little bit.
I think you have a 15-man roster, but I don't think you have 15 eligible every night. So I don't think he was active last night.
He was not
for their opener. But he's, like you said, he's on the roster. Justin Hamilton's made the Nets again. The one guy who's out of a job right now is Johnny
O'Brien.
O'Brien, who was had been with the Bucks, and he had been released and hasn't caught on with anybody else yet. So we'll see how everything goes. And then you got Brandon Bass still holding on.
I can't believe it, my boy.
And Brian, you mentioned they picked 12 just for the fans. In SEC men's basketball, there's no East and West. They put all 14 teams in there.
Yeah.
I think the women do the same thing.
Yeah.
Brian, before you get out of here, tell the folks what's happening at TigerBait.com, because y'all have a lot of stuff going on.
www.tigerbait.com. Obviously, coverage in the open week, getting ready for Alabama game. There'll be a couple stories recapping offense and defense of the first half of the season. There's a basketball story up on the site right now, as well as some recruiting stories. And if anything else breaks with regards to recruiting or the coaching search, which, again, don't expect anything to happen, obviously, for another month or so. But we have the latest coaching hot board up there also right now.
Brian Lazar, TigerBait.com. As always, we appreciate it. No post game this Saturday. We'll visit with you next Wednesday.
Okay, talk to you guys later.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, that's Brian Lazar.
Is Orgeron the favorite now? You hear all the reports of Herman going to Texas.
Well, that lost a little glitter.
And is Orgeron the favorite?
I think he deserves a chance.
Oh, absolutely.
Based on what we've seen so far, if you had to make a decision today, he's the coach. According, in my opinion.
If the season stopped today, yes.
But we got
some
ground to cover.
A lot of big games ahead.
All right, continue with our run through the LSU athletic department. We like to do this each and every week. I know baseball's working out. They have their Fall World Series coming up soon. We'll get you the dates on that. But the volleyball team, Coach Fran Floyd, they continue to struggle a little bit. Hopefully they can get it together here real soon as the volleyball team rips through the SEC part of the schedule. SEC pretty sporty when it comes to volleyball, no question about that. As I'm stretching here as we await the glorious graphic here for the volleyball. Maybe we don't have it. I don't know.
Okay. We'll get
but anyway, volleyball's got it going. Soccer, Coach Brian Lee's team, they got it going. I mentioned the fall baseball. And as we said, basketball's practicing. Women, men. Men play basketball on the 12th, like a real game, so it's not that far away.
No, not at all.
All right, and then I don't know if we got our Louisiana Sports Writers Association Players of the Week. As you know, each and every week the Louisiana Sports Writers vote. No-brainer, Leonard Fournette, the junior running back from LSU on offense.
No-brainer on this one either.
No-brainer on that one. The senior linebacker for LSU. Special teams, Joseph McWilliams, a junior from Grambling State. He's a Baton Rouge kid. So tip of the hat to those winners of the Louisiana Sports Writers Association Players of the Week. We'll take a break, come back with much more. A lot more to come here on Tigers Roar. Jordy Helperg, Tommy Chrysan, Pelican Sports TV, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, and on the internet at pelicansportstv.com. Stay with us.
You. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Chrysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 800-383-8177. 800-383-8177.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online cypresslake-apartments.net.
We continue with Tigers Roar, of course, talking about LSU and Bama. We had Brian Lazar. We got to get to the New Orleans Saints.
Do we?
Albeit. Do we
really have to?
They had a 2-game winning streak going there, and then they go.
They beat themselves again.
Yeah, and I'll say this. I think I mentioned it. My son, Brett, and a couple of his buddies went to Kansas City.
Yeah, you
had a fabulous time. So they had a really clean, like a Champion Square with a bunch of bars and restaurants. He's like a clean Bourbon Street. He thought the stadium was phenomenal. You could look right across the parking lot and see the Royals ballpark. He said it was very loud in there as advertised. They were in he said the end zone that the sun was on them the whole time.
Yeah, okay.
But they thoroughly enjoyed their trip to Kansas City. A lot of Saints fans were there. He said the people from Kansas City were great. They went in a sports bar and got the LSU game on Saturday night. They put it off on. There were a lot of Tiger people in there.
Okay.
But he said the old question, would you go back there again? Because I've never been to Kansas City. He said I would absolutely go back there. That area, I forget what they called it. He said was really nice. But then the Chiefs weren't so nice to the Saints. A lot of penalties by the Saints. A lot of costly penalties.
Yeah.
And Eric Asher put it on the radio to me today. They looked undisciplined. False starts.
And they said it had nothing to do with the crowd noise.
Delay of game penalties. That's not a typical Sean Payton kind of thing. He's a cross the T, dot the I kind of guy. Brees is a Hall of Famer, and he looked out of sync. The Chiefs are a decent team. They won 10 straight at the end of the season last year, and I always thought Andy Reid was a heck of a coach.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got some New Orleans Saints stuff for you. Drew Brees, Sean Payton, a couple of the players, including Delvin Breaux, talking about getting back on the field. So here now is some New Orleans Saints stuff for you here on Tigers Roar. Enjoy.
Who that?
A couple things. I think just watching it, you guys foresaw it all. You play a good team on the road, penalties and the turnovers, they can really do you and keep you from winning a game like that. An interception return for a touchdown on 3rd and long, fumble in the red zone, and we're not a good enough team to overcome some of those type of mistakes. And situationally, we've got to be better. We've got to be better as coaches, starting with me. But it's disappointing. Credit Kansas City, Andy and the staff did a good job, and it was kind of a little low scoring in the second half. We managed to get a few points on the board and kind of draw it a little closer, and yet we didn't do enough smart things in the end to give ourselves a chance. So
was the noise a factor at all for the offense in terms of pre-snap?
No, I didn't feel like it was. Listen, we had our silent cadence going like we would normally do any time on the road, and just went in a little bit too soon on a few occasions. Listen, those were costly. Penalties really killed a number of drives, or put us into third and longer situations, whereas we could have been in much more manageable situations. Overall, I feel like we were good on 3rd down. We were 9 of 14. We kept a lot of drives going, making some big conversions. The ones that we didn't were really because of penalties, so we are to blame for that. We knew that going up against a team like the Chiefs and what they do offensively with man ball control and time of possession and just being super efficient, we knew that our execution had to be at a premium. And unfortunately, those penalties were costly, cost us on a few drives. Whereas you feel like throughout the game, man, we moved the ball well. We felt like we were pretty balanced in regards to the flow. On all our scoring drives, man, it felt like the flow was really good. And on the ones where we didn't, get points, it was either turn the ball over or we had penalties that killed the drive. That can't happen against a team like this in this type of environment. So
definitely you want to be proud of yourself about that, but you don't want to be selfish or anything to hurt the team. But you want to always be proud of yourself for your accomplishment. But don't do it in a selfish way. And every time I make plays, I try to help this team be in a better position.
Did you expect to be able to have this kind of success early in the NFL, or were you prepared to have a smaller role because you're a rookie or didn't know what to expect?
I kind of just bet on myself and believe in myself and take it from there. Trust the coach and trust the people around me. There's a lot of great vets here that you can look up to that have long careers, and it doesn't always start like on that Sunday when you see them making plays. It starts during the week, from how they prep for the week and how to take care of the body. So I just follow the great ones around here.
Yeah, but Mike, when Coach says if I had a fantasy team, I'd have him on it.
Yeah.
Was that kind of a hint of what he planned for you?
I'm ultimately just doing my job. Drew makes smart decisions. He makes very smart decisions, and doesn't want to hurt this team or jeopardize this team. So I feel like it's not just me, it's the offense as a whole. We have a lot of talent around. So
it's costly. Going into down 14 or 10 or something, 10. Going in the red zone, chance to score, it's costly. Take responsibility. Always take pride in holding on to the football, carrying the ball. I'm carrying the dreams and aspirations of the team, so I don't take it lightly. So it's crucial and can't happen.
Sean said he felt like y'all had to stick with the run of the second half and couldn't allow things to get one-dimensional. Just what did you see out there?
I felt like we ran the ball effectively. That's just a testament to our coaching staff having confidence in our run game and our offensive line and tight ends and receivers blocking downfield. And we ran hard and, a couple costly mistakes. It's hard to run on the road with 2 turnovers, especially going into tie game in the red zone, fumbling.
We won today. Man, and that's a big accomplishment, going into these upcoming weeks. And I've been feeling pretty good. The training staff saying I'm progressing really well, so we'll be out there soon.
Do you think you'll play this Sunday, or is it too soon?
Yeah, it's up to the trainers. It's up to the trainers and the coaches, and of course me. So we just been patient, taking it one day at a time and working it, and we should be out there soon.
To what extent have you tested it?
DB drills, all my drills, all my techniques and my movement skills, and I feel pretty good.
Is it just a matter of getting back in football shape, or are you trying to work through soreness? Or?
Yeah, all that. Being out for a couple weeks, you really don't understand how you get out of shape fast. So just we working on cardio and doing a whole bunch of things. So whenever I get back out there, we'll be ready to go.
This group has been out there without you for a while. Just what is your assessment of how they played?
We just got to get better, man. I always tell myself, and I tell the younger guys, man, it's more mental than anything. When it get late in the game and you're tired and you just have to focus on technique and always remember what you was doing this past week in practice so when that time come in the game, you can make those plays.
Are you back?
We don't know. Like I said, today was my first day actually getting back after it, so we don't know. Like I said, the trainers and the coaches gonna make that decision, and we'll go from there.
When are you planning on making a decision like that?
I have no idea. Once they meet, I don't know. I'll just make sure I be ready. So if it's that time to go, then we'll progress from there.
So do you feel like you're ready to go back 100%, or are you a little hesitant?
Yeah, I feel good, man. I feel well. Like I said, it's up to the coaches and the trainers. So we'll just see from there.
You said the trainers say you're progressing well, but how do you feel?
I feel amazing, to be honest with you. But it's part of a process and part of the program, and I'm just following that program. And whenever they're ready for me to get out there, we got to be ready.
How frustrating has it been having to sit out all these?
It's been frustrated, but it's my second opportunity. So whatever cards I was dealt, I just have to play it. So I just look to help out my teammates, man, in any possible way I can, and just hope for the best.
They need Delvin Breaux. They need Delvin Breaux back in the lineup.
All teams have injuries. Saints perhaps a little extra dose of injuries this year, in particular in the secondary. But you know what? You still got to put somebody out there, and they're 2-4. Seattle comes into the Dome this Sunday at 12.
What's happened to them? Was beast mode that good? They can't score. 6-6.
They're missing Marshawn.
They miss him. But you know what? The Saints start the game great. Drive down the field, score. They start the second half great. Drive down the field, score. Fumbles, interception, pick six, penalties. They beat themselves again.
We made reference to something. I want your opinion. The Monday Night Football, the other night, 6-6. tie. Sunday night game, I guess that was, huh? 6-6 tie. The NFL needs to figure out a way not to have a tie game. Would you agree with that or
yes, no? Yes, and they need to figure out a way to get rid of Thursday night football.
Yeah, that
you need a break. We got Sunday, we got Monday, a break.
In December, you're going to get some Saturday.
Yeah, well, it's oversaturation.
But they got to get rid of the tie game. Okay, that. You talk about antique.
How you do that, I don't know.
Well, you got to go sudden death after the overtime. Don't give me this player safety card, because if it had been a playoff game, they'd have played some more.
Absolutely.
Okay, and you got teams playing on a Sunday, turn around playing on a Thursday. So don't give me the player safety card, although with that stack of lawsuits due to concussions on the desk at the NFL office, they're going to sing that player safety song.
Plus, I know they want, I don't know what their plans are. These games in London, that's a joke.
That's got to go.
That's a joke.
The Thursday night
Mexico,
thing's got to go.
that's a joke.
The TV ratings are headed south for a lot of reasons, and actual attendance is an issue. Yeah. The experience in the living room is outdoing the experience at the stadium.
It's a new crowd watching these games, and attention spans are not long. And that red zone,
that's because of the smartphone.
Red zone TV.
Kids, man, and I'm guilty. I got my phone sitting right here. It's not like it's in the other room.
Watch the red zone and see every big play you need to.
Plus, the other factor, fantasy football. Kids don't root for teams, they root for players.
But haven't they done away with that daily fantasy? Haven't they done away with that?
In some states. But, so the kid, he doesn't like the New Orleans Saints. He likes Drew Brees if Brees is on the fantasy team. And if Brees is stinking it up, he's checking his other players. Right. Okay? It's a different landscape.
But is it, I mean, I love watching all sports, but college football is just more exciting.
It is going to pass. The NFL passed up baseball. Started passing it up in the 80s when the baseball strike happened in the early 90s. NFL became the number one sport in America, okay? And it's been there since. But if the trending, that's a buzzword now, keeps going like it's going now for both the NFL and college football, in time, couple years maybe 3-4 years, college football will peak above NFL with TV ratings, attendance, and all that kind of stuff.
They got a long way to go to get there, but they're certainly trending up. But there's that discord between ownership and players that you don't have in basketball, and you don't have that in baseball. There's just such a disconnect and such a non-trusting factor there. It trickles down.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, two things. We're going to tell you about Tremonti's Meat and Seafood and the many things they can do for you, and we'll visit with Ronnie Rance with the jumbo title, Sports Shorts TV, Sports Shorts Radio, Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation. I mean, if we say Rance's title 3 more times, the show's going to be over. We'll be right back with more Tigers Roar. Stay with us.
Plus Benefits has an important message for all uninsured Americans. It's official. Health reform has now become law. Now, uninsured Americans can finally get the health coverage they need with significant prescription benefits. Have you been uninsured, denied coverage, or struggling to pay your health insurance? Well, not anymore. Now there's affordable options with real benefits for people just like you. We know health insurance cost and being denied coverage due to pre-existing conditions has created serious hardships for many Americans. But that's a thing of the past. If you're uninsured, struggling to afford, or have been denied health insurance, pick up the phone and call now. The call is free, and every caller will receive a free discount prescription savings card. Call Plus Benefits Health Insurance Helpline today and get the health insurance and prescription coverage you need. One call can change your life for the better.
Please call 800-351-1511. That is 800-351-1511.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formal Affair.
work at Debbie's Bridal, and she makes your dreams come true.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Jordy Holberg, Tommy Chrysan with you. We're now joined by Ronnie Rance, Sports Shorts TV, Sports Shorts Radio, Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation. Good evening, Ronnie. How are you?
Doing great, guys.
Ronnie, we actually played your interview back in hour number 1 that you did for CST with Leonard Fournette after the game. We shared that with everybody. Your thoughts on the record-setting 284-yard performance by Fournette. Now you were down there on the field when he literally ran over Ole Miss.
Well, what's incredible about it to me is that, he's admittedly not 100%. I think anybody who's seen him for the last 2.5 years, you could eyeball that there was a slight hitch in his giddy-up. So, he wasn't all the way there, but yet it was still good enough as, to be a record-breaking night. So it's kind of scary to think what he could do when healthy and 100% in shape. I thought Leonard, he's really a guy who, he doesn't really enjoy doing the interviews and stuff. I mean, he'll do them, but he gets irritated pretty quickly. And, of course, after the game, he is mobbed. I mean, there's 50 cameras in his face, 50 reporters down there in his face.
And the other thing, Ronnie, it's happened since 9th grade, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of he's kind of over the attention, but I thought he had a good attitude. I think he enjoyed being back. I think he had missed it, and I think by coming back and having a big night, he actually kind of enjoyed and was relaxed and showed a little bit of his personality, I think, after the game, doing all the different interviews.
He'll fit in great with the NFL, not liking to do interviews. That's how they do it.
That's kind of the new thing.
Yeah, he'll love that. But don't you know that it's retribution time for him? His goal is to make up for what happened a year ago against the big elephant in the room that's coming to Tiger Stadium November 5th.
You're right, Jordy, but this sport it's not like basketball or baseball where there's a little bit of an individual piece to it. I mean, he can want it all he wants, but if they can't throw the football and that banged up, injured offensive line can't block for him,
right.
He can want it all he wants. And that's the key. Can they throw the ball enough to open up the defense and soften that defense, and can that really mismanaged, mangled offensive line that's done a great job of hiding the shuffle and doing a good job against maybe inferior opponents to this point has hidden some of its weaknesses. But boy, they got to get healthy in a hurry for November 5th.
Ronnie, I got a text a short time ago from Dave Scandaliato out in Las Vegas. He was able to find an opening line. Alabama -9. Your reaction to that?
Yeah, that's actually maybe a point less than I thought. I thought LSU would be about a 10-point underdog. So, if you like Alabama, jump on it, because I think it probably goes more like 10 by the time the game goes underway, because I think people, as they start to get closer, are going to really think LSU has more of a chance, and I think the money will kind of come in that way. If you look at the history of this game, you throw out last year and you throw out one a few years ago. I mean, especially here in Tiger Stadium,
close.
It has been close.
Yep. No, you're right. You're right. Don't you feel a heck of a lot better about LSU and their chances now than you did a month ago?
It's incredible, Jordy. I mean, a month ago, the 2-2, and you lose to Auburn, and the offense is inept. There's no way you could ever dream that LSU would have a chance against Alabama, especially the way Alabama has played to this point. Had LSU not progressed, LSU would be a 24-point underdog at home probably. But they really do have a chance, and I really do expect this game to come down to the end. And I think LSU's defense is that good. And I think LSU's offense, especially in the passing game, is just enough of a threat to be able to allow Geis and Fournette some room.
Ronnie, I'm going to ask you a question, something we've been getting each week the last couple of weeks on the post-game show, and I've heard it out and about around town and on the radio. It's fun to watch LSU football again. And you're down there on the sidelines. You've been going to games forever. Your reaction when you hear fans and people saying LSU football is, again, fun to watch?
I think it obviously starts with Coach O, but I mean, the whole entire, Michael Bonnet is looser than he's been. The SID, the staff, just everybody. It's a completely different feel, and that's not an indictment of Les Miles. That's just, I think, gives you an idea of, one, how much everybody was just ready for a change. The Les Miles, great guy, all that stuff, it just was stale. They needed a change. And then it also gives you an idea of what Coach O's a special guy.
Yep.
And the one thing we know about him is, regardless of his coaching, there's nobody that has more enthusiasm. There's nobody that's more beloved by his players than Ed Orgeron, and it's been that way since his days back in Miami. And so that combination of we want anybody but what we've been doing, combined with Orgeron's personality, has everybody in a good mood.
No one, even the staunchest Les Miles fan, is saying that LSU's administration didn't do the right thing. And speaking of that, do you see where Houston Nutt is giving advice to Les Miles about, if you want to coach again, coach now, because the longer you're out, you're going to become a forgotten entity. You think Les Miles is coaching next season?
I think that's absolutely good advice. I think that's 100% true.
I agree.
And, I don't know, but when I asked Michael Bonnet, who knows him as well as anybody, Michael Bonnet says no doubt he'll be coaching somewhere next year.
Probably with the Dallas Cowboys. All right, Ronnie.
Really? Dallas?
Well, he was there before, and,
He's going to be a Boilermaker. He's going to be a Boilermaker.
He's a head coach at a Power 5 conference school.
Okay.
My opinion. I could be wrong. There ain't no doubt about that. Ronnie, this is going to take a while, but tell us about Sports Shorts Radio, Sports Shorts TV, and a Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation with your new jumbo title.
Well, Sports Shorts TV and Sports Shorts Radio is going to take on a little different look after Joel Davis went under the knife yesterday with his ACL surgery.
Yeah.
So he'll be on the DL for a few weeks. But,
Can I ask you a question about that?
Intramurals.
How does somebody who's not an athlete tear an ACL?
Oh, Lord, that's a longer question than what I'm about to say on my shows. Longer answer, rather. Joel living a dream, trying to keep it going at 46 years old on the flag football field, officially retired, by the way.
I surrender.
After the injury. But Sports Shorts TV right here on Pelican, Mondays at 8, Tuesdays at 9, and then Sports Shorts Radio, 6 to 8 Monday through Monday nights with Buzzy Heidel playing a bigger role the next few weeks. And then Josh Booty segment each and every week on our show as well. And then Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, a lot of good stuff coming up. But we'll have Eddie Kinnison, David Toms, Dee Dee Bro, and a family member of Ray Didier, who's unfortunately deceased. But all four of those former LSU Tigers going into the Hall of Fame, they'll be honored between the first and second quarter of the Florida game on November 19th.
Awesome. Big question is, has Calvin Burrell returned your call yet?
Calvin Burrell is still AWOL.
He's on the backstretch. He's on the backstretch in the far turn. Hey, Ronnie, as always, we appreciate it. No post-game show this Saturday. We'll visit with you on Tigers Roar next week.
Okay, guys.
See you, buddy. Take care.
Jordy, Tremonti's Sprinkle Spice. And we got the specials. I mean, we got to tell everybody again about Tremonti's and the many things they can do.
They've been in business for over 10 years now, and there's a reason for it. They do a quality job. They have nothing but the very best prime Chairman's Reserve beef. They've got the very freshest of seafood. They've got their prepackaged meals all ready to go. Their crawfish fettuccine, their lasagna, it's to die for. Not only do they have all of that, but now they are into the high-end, upper echelon of spirits. And right now, going on here, there's a big old bottle of Macallan, 12-year-old Scotch, for $49.95. It's a steal of a deal. And there's so many other spirits. So in other words, in that little building at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway, you can go to Tremontis.com and see everything they have on the menu, all the deer processing, all the sausages they can make. But this bad boy right here, I don't drink Scotch at all, but they tell me this is the best of the best. The best of the best, a 12-year-old Macallan Scotch, $49.95. You talk about for your businesses, you want to give gifts to your company, you can't beat this. You cannot beat it with a stick. We've got everything you need. It's a one-stop shop. All your tailgating needs, party platters. What did we have to feed the crew tonight? We had boudin balls, outstanding. We had meat pies. We had fried catfish. We had fried shrimp with all the dips that you need along with it. So they do a great job. They really, really do.
They've got the gift cards with the holiday season coming up. Thanksgiving, they tie the turkeys, rotisserie to turkeys. Christmas, I mean, you got deer processing for all you deer hunters out there. They're the best at that. the daily lunch specials. I mean, Tremonti's.com is the website, and folks need to check it out, especially at all time. I mean, best crawfish in the world next spring. Won't have that just yet, but all those other things we've mentioned, the scotch and the spirit specials and the sprinkle spice.
It's really good. You talk about
food.
seasoning your burgers or your steaks or whatever, it's outstanding. Homemade product.
There we go. Had to get that in. We got to take a break, come back. A little love for the Southern Jaguars right around the corner. He's Jordy Hultberg. I'm Tommy Krysan. You are watching Tigers Roar on Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us.
You. Immediately after the LSU game, it's Pelican Sports post-game show with Tommy Krysan and Buddy Sanji. We'll have reports from the stadium, statistics, and game analysis. Your phone calls and text messages are welcome. The Pelican Sports post-game show right after the LSU game on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio.
Hello. Hola. Ni hao.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
Accord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Accord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including Optimap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Accord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Accord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.
Perkins Road Veterinary Hospital is a full-service veterinary hospital committed to your pet's health. We offer advanced diagnostic and therapeutic medical services, laser surgery, dog and cat diets, and treats, along with stress-free boarding. Dr. Ritchie sees patients for routine checkups to keep your loved ones happy, also advanced medical and surgical cases. We have separate condos for cat boarding and large climate-controlled canine boarding. Our boarding dogs get to have fun in a very large play yard several times a day. Laser therapy is a service that we offer to heal wounds and help our patients that suffer from chronic pain. Laser therapy is a wonderful adjunct treatment for neurologic and arthritic pain with no side effects. Your pets are family members and deserve the best and highest quality of care. Dr. Ritchie and his staff greatly respect the human-animal bond and are committed to exceeding your expectations. Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. Beautiful views of Cypress Lake. 1, 2, 3-bedroom apartments are available. Stop by and see Cypress Lake Apartments. Give them a call at 225-293-6789 or visit online, cypresslake-apartments.net.
Since 1986, the family dental practice of Dr. Farrell Frugier, with state-of-the-art building and technology, and our highly trained staff have been dedicated to providing care and treatment to our patients of all ages. The experience and advanced training in cosmetic and restorative dentistry, TMJ, and treatment of snoring and sleep apnea allows Dr. Frugier to assist you in achieving the best in dental health. Call us today at 225-292-9700 to schedule your initial evaluation because we know how to make you smile.
Tigers Roar, don't forget the original airing each week, Wednesday evenings. Thursday mid-morning. YouTube.com/Pelican Broadcasting. Watch it at your convenience. Watch some of it. Catch the rest of it later, whatever you got to do. YouTube.com/Pelican Broadcasting. We got some of our other programs up there as well. Jordy, Coach Dawson Odom, Southern Jaguars, undefeated in SWAC play.
Awesome.
Lost early in the year to Louisiana Monroe and Tulane, but they've been on a roll. Big homecoming win last week.
Good crowd, huh?
Again, 23,000
That's
out at
terrific.
A.W. Mumford. That was great. They head to the reservation this week, the Alcorn State
the
Braves.
Braves.
And got a road game, and I know Carlos Brown will be broadcasting his radio show on our station from 10 to 12 from the stadium up there, Jack Spinks Marino Chasm Stadium, Southern and Alcorn. We got a little love for the Jaguars, undefeated in SWAC play, and we got a little special on them for you. Here now, Coach Dawson Odom, Southern Jaguars. There you go, a little Southern Jaguar.
Got him rolling.
Bluff, A.W. Mumford.
That little Quinn kid's pretty good.
He's good. Tillery's a good running back as well. We'll take a break, come back, put a wrap on things for you right here on Tigers Roar. Stay with us.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-552-8621. 800-552-8621.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.
Don't forget the House of Jumbo. Great catering menu, daily lunch specials. You can eat there. You can get it to go. Jambalaya, pastelaya, gumbo, sides, great desserts. 4800 block of Government Street in the heart of Mid-City. House of Jumbo. Tell them you heard us talking about it on Tigers Roar. Go check them out. Again, get a catering menu when you're there. All this stuff coming up, football, and you got holiday season. Check out the House of Jumbo. Jordy, it's the open date.
Yep.
And then it's Alabama coming to town. And got LSU fans, pull for Ole Miss this week. If they knock off Auburn, that helps LSU. So, or it could help. If LSU wins out, they need somebody to beat Auburn. So get it done now, get it out of the way, and then worry about the Crimson Tide the following week. Again, Bama's a 9-point favorite on the opening line out in Vegas. We got that information a short time ago.
You know my thought. I know it is what it is, but I'd rather play Alabama now and have an open date after Bama, personally.
You know, since you said that, I'm buying into it. I'm going with the Hultberg theory on that.
Anyway. It's going to be a great build-up, as it always is.
A lot of Bama fans will be in New Orleans Thursday and Friday. A lot of them like to make a long weekend out of it, then come up to Baton Rouge and spend that Crimson Tide.
Saw a license plate, house divided, A and an LSU, and the woman said, I'm on the A side. She was wearing purple. Said, this is the last day I'll wear purple. From now on, it's crimson and houndstooth. There you go.
Hey, it'll be an exciting time, and all the local radio with Jordy and Buddy and myself, and Jordy's on in Lafayette as well in the afternoons. What's that station again?
103.7 FM.
There you go. So there'll be plenty of build-up, and it'll just keep going up each and every day. We'll be here next Wednesday for Tigers Roar. We'll have plenty of Ed Orgeron, plenty of Nick Saban, plenty of comments from the players, and we'll get you ready set. I'm working on an Alabama guest, too. I'll wait and see if that pans out.
Feel a lot better about the Tigers' chances. A lot better.
It's fun to watch LSU football again.
And they're relevant. They're relevant.
That's been a repeated theme, and the relevancy theme as well. So
way to go,
that's
Coach
all
O.
good stuff. Want to thank Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com for joining us. Ronnie Rance with his jumbo title for joining us as well tonight. And those two guys join us in the post-game show, but no post-game show this weekend. What will Buddy Sanji do?
What will you do?
Huh? Halloween, trick or treat. I'm dressing up as a radio guy.
That ought to be a hard one. That's a stretch. That's a stretch.
But anyway, we appreciate those folks. Most importantly, we appreciate you watching, you spreading the roar. Check it out on youtube.com/Pelican Broadcasting.
That's for you.
That's going in my
Marty,
kitchen.
that's for you. See, that's his hand. He just grabbed it. And I'm keeping that till I get the word.
No, come on, man. Look, it's a perfect fit.
All right, executive decision. You got it.
It matches the coat.
It's yours.
There we go.
I've got to bring this, but no, Marty, you can't.
He's taking a $100 bottle of scotch that's on sale for $50.
I got to bring this back.
I get a hat and some sprinkle spice.
Mike, thank you for the food. It was terrific.
There's none left, Mike.
They want you to do it every week. I'm just saying. They want you to do it every week. They like to eat around here.
Thank you for watching the program. Don't forget, check us out, Pelican Sports TV, and all the radio stuff. He's Jordy Hultberg. I'm Tommy Chrysan. It takes a lot of people to put this show together. The crew works hard each and every week, and they throw it together for you. And again, most importantly, we thank you for watching Tigers Roar on Pelican Sports TV. Talk to you next Wednesday.
Spread the roar.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-552-8621. 800-552-8621.
Friends, family, and community in surrounding parishes who have lost vehicles due to the flood. North American Auto Group is here to help. We have discounted over 400 pre-owned vehicles with no water damage. In addition, we have lenders offering disaster relief financing programs. We will also help you with your insurance and GAP claims. Shop online at NorthAmericanAutoGroup.com or visit us at one of our 4 locations in Baton Rouge and Gonzales. North American Auto Group. We make it easy.